we did a chat about the Cresta Court.
Yeah.
It got a lot of views.
In Altrincham.
So just for our viewers who may not have seen, the Cresta Court is a hotel in the centre of Altrincham, which is a very middle class, upper middle class area, and it closed suddenly, and 300 male single illegal immigrants were put in there. We did a little bit about it last week. I've seen numerous since then. Numerous.
Well, can I make an announcement? Last time I talked about how the people need to organise, set up Facebook groups, and someone has.
Yes.
And so you need to go on Facebook. You need to join this group. And it's called Altrincham Residents Migrant Discussion Page. Altrincham Residents Migrant Discussion Page. Go and join it and join the conversation and find out what's going on.
And I think there's nearly 1,000 people in that already. Have you joined that, Nick?
Yes.
Good. So just a reminder to our gentle viewers that Nick is prepared to get involved in this and make do some speeches or whatever is necessary. So I think that will be very powerful if that would happen. So we talked about it last time. We did a very brief thing on it. It's had a lot of views, and more's happened since then as well, as you would expect. So the MP there is now a Labour MP. It used to be Graham Brady was the word we were looking for. Yeah. Graham Brady. The guy now is called Conor Rand, who looks like he's about 12.
Yeah. Not from the area. Comes from.
Not from the area.
He got parachuted in.
He's like a trade union official or something. Yeah. So it looks bewildered, like a little bewildered child, basically. So he came with security guards to a meeting of concerned residents on the church. So there's a church directly over the road from the Cresta Court. There basically, and he's asked questions, and his responses were actually really kind of almost insulting. When he was asked certain questions, he said, "Oh, that's above my pay grade. That's a question for the Home Office." He said that the 12 months may be extended, as we've thought. He said there wasn't a curfew, so these guys can wander out any time. Then he said, "Oh, they're all vetted, so they're all okay." And one of the residents said, "Well, how are they vetted when you don't know who they are?"
They're vetted because everyone in application is asked the question, are you a criminal? Yeah. And if you tick no, you've been vetted.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
And so one of the residents actually said that. They said, how do you know they're not murderers? And he said, "Oh, they've been vetted." And he said, "Well, they could just say they're not murderers." Yeah. So his response to that was, "Well, anyone could do that."
Yeah.
So this is the kind of response we're getting from and apparently, as they filed out of the church, there's a wall because it's quite a low wall around the Cresta Court, and there was a woman walking her dog past the thing, and one of the asylum seekers engaged with her, and within earshot of everybody walking out, he then called her a slut at the time. So it's like, I mean, it's almost like a farce, this thing. Yeah. It's just, so clearly the residents are concerned. There's this resident thing, but I think hopefully their eyes are opening now as to what this is about, what Labour's about, what this uncontrolled migration is about.
Let me chip in here. I might upset some people from Altrincham now. I fully understand why people in Altrincham voted Labour and kicked out the Tories as MP.
Why?
Well, Tories needed kicking out. Tories needed
they did.
14 years.
No, you're right. They did need. It's a very good point.
Yeah, 14 years of crap. I get that, and we knew Labour were going to be worse. And I said to you, we have to accept that to get rid of the Tories because otherwise they don't learn. So I get all of that. I looked on Trafford Council website the other day about who the local councillors are for Altrincham. 3 Green Party councillors.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
So Altrincham voted for the most lunatic party in the country. The Greens are not pink and fluffy. The Greens are lunatic communists. That's who the Greens are.
They're also very much associated with the Muslim community.
With the Palestine thing. Yeah. But the Greens also want open borders. And actually say we want open borders. Closed borders is racist. So the fact that people of Altrincham over the last 3-4 years have only voted Greens at local elections, and you now have 3 Green councillors representing Altrincham. This is one of the reasons why you have that hotel, because the government's looking across the country going, where can we put a hotel that will attract the least amount of pushback?
Oh, that's interesting.
So Labour places is our number 1 choice because we can tell Labour council, shut up, do as you're told, otherwise you won't be an MP in a couple of years. We'll never let you sit as an MP. And then let's look at the local level. Who are the councillors? Greens, they love immigrants. So let's put a hotel where we have Green councillors. So to a certain extent, the people who voted Green at local elections in Altrincham brought this upon themselves. This is you being pink and fluffy, looking for virtue signalling points, not thinking would ever come down your street. It's on your street now, 300 potentially dangerous men in your area.
Yeah.
So the next elections, coming in May, you need to work out who you're voting for. You need to maybe relook at the Tories, look at Reform UK, look at independents. Some of these people should be standing as independents at the local elections in May. You can win elections on 800 votes. So use this as a catapult and use this as the main theme while you're running, and get some independents as local councillors in Altrincham, because voting Labour and voting Greens, you'll get more of this shit coming down the line.